Let's talk about a skill that can totally change how you interact with, well, pretty much everyone. It's called assertive communication. And honestly, it's the key to handling those really tough conversations. You know, the ones where you need to stand your ground, sort out a conflict, or just make sure people are actually hearing what you're saying.
Oh, we have all been there, right? You're trying so hard to make a point or just say what you need, and it feels like your words are just disappearing. It's so frustrating, and it can make you feel kind of powerless. But what if there was a way to make sure your voice really lands? Okay, so before we can fix things, we have to figure out where we're going wrong in the first place. And the surprising thing is, most of us fall into these really common communication traps without even knowing it.
When you boil it down, communication usually falls into one of three buckets. You've got the aggressive style on one side. That's the one-upping approach, where it's all about winning and being in control. Then, way on the other side, you've got the passive one-down style, which is all about avoiding conflict at all costs. But right there in the middle, that's the sweet spot, assertive communication. It's all about treating yourself and the other person as equals.
You know, a huge part of this comes down to just one little word. Think about it. The second we start a sentence with you, like "you are really frustrating me," the other person's defenses just shoot right up. It's like an instant accusation. And just like that, a simple chat can turn into a full-blown argument, making it almost impossible to actually solve anything. So how do we actually fix this? Well, it all starts with a pretty major shift in your mindset. Being assertive isn't about memorizing some clever comebacks, it's about completely reframing the situation to be us versus the problem, not me versus you.
At its heart, being assertive is really just about being clear and respectful. It's not about winning, and it is definitely not about being a doormat. It's just about stating your side of things directly and honestly, which then opens the door for a conversation that can actually go somewhere.
These principles right here. This is your foundation. First, really listen to understand what the other person is saying. Don't just wait for your turn to talk. Next, remember that it's almost always better to be kind than to be right. Always try to frame things as a team effort, not a blame game. And finally, get comfortable with the idea that two different ideas can exist at the same time. It's not a zero-sum game.
All right, now for the super practical part. We've taken all this theory and boiled it down to a really simple 3-step toolkit that you can use in basically any conversation, whether you're at work or just at home.
So here it is. Step 1, just pause. Seriously, before you say a word, take a breath. It's amazing how this one little thing can just bring the temperature down in a room and help you listen. Step 2, use I language. So instead of pointing the finger and saying, "you're wrong," you shift the focus to yourself. Something like, "I see it a little differently." See? You're owning your perspective, not blaming them. And then step 3, seek a solution. This is where you open the door to teamwork with a simple question like, "So, how can we figure this out together?"
Okay, theory is one thing, but let's see how this actually works in the real world. Let's walk through a couple of pretty common situations to see how this toolkit can turn a potential fight into a productive chat.
So, imagine you're in a meeting and someone says this. Listen to those words. It's really obvious. That's not just an opinion. That's a sneaky little power move that's designed to make you feel like you'd be stupid to disagree. It's meant to shut down the conversation before it even starts.
But watch this. An assertive response completely sidesteps that trap by saying, "From my view, I think," you respectfully offer a different idea without attacking theirs. And that last question, "What do you think our priority should be?" That's brilliant. It immediately turns a potential argument into a brainstorming session. Just like that, you're not fighting anymore, you're problem solving.
Okay, here's another one you've probably heard a million times. This isn't really a question, is it? It's a command disguised as a plan. It just assumes you're going to go along with it, which is a subtle but very real form of control.
And here's the assertive way to handle it. You just state your preference clearly with I language. "I'm not interested, but I would like to try." Notice you're not being difficult or argumentative. You're just expressing your own opinion. And by ending with a question, "How does that sound?" you cleverly turn a command back into a collaborative choice.
So, why is this so important? Why should you put in the effort to master this? Because the benefits are huge, and they go way beyond just getting your way in a conversation. This skill really changes how you move through the world and how people see you. Get this. In a typical group meeting, studies show that only about 20% of the people in the room will ever actually speak up and share their opinion. Just 20%. By learning to be assertive, you're immediately putting yourself in that top tier. You become someone who contributes, who solves problems. You become a leader.
And the payoffs just keep coming. You'll find yourself in fewer arguments, you'll build much stronger relationships, and you'll get better results because you're working with people, not against them. And maybe most importantly, you'll build a ton of self-confidence, and you'll find that your own needs get met way more often just because you learned how to ask for them.
So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a little challenge. Think about the week you have coming up. Can you think of one conversation, maybe with a coworker, your boss, your partner, that could be completely different if you use this toolkit? Just give it a shot. I think you'll be amazed at what happens.